Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Biggest episode ever. The Odyssey. Okay. Release date July 17th, 2026. Distributor Universal. Production companies Syncope and Universal. $250 million budget. Opening weekend domestically they made 123.5 million and internationally they made 140.3 million for a total opening weekend worldwide of 263.8. Immediately broke their budget.
Opening weekend. I don't know if that ever happens.
Right. Current worldwide gross is 304 million, so still climbing. It's Thursday, July 23rd.
So day one of weekend two.
Yep. Director, obviously, goes without saying, Christopher Nolan, our favorite director. Favorite movies: Interstellar, Oppenheimer, Inception, Dark Knight, Memento. First AD is a veteran of Nolan's films, Nilo Otero.
Shout out.
Second AD, Zach Smith. Additional first assistant directors, Eric Glasser, Gwen Sania. Additional second assistant directors, Zach Earl Edwards and Vianney Etose, I believe.
Yeah.
So a little AD insight for this film. It was filmed across Morocco, Greece, Italy, Iceland, Scotland, Ireland, and the UK. The AD department coordinated multiple international units, practical effects, marine sequences, and one of Nolan's largest ensemble productions. It was a masterclass in logistical filmmaking. Rather than relying on virtual production, the A-team synchronized international crews, weather-dependent locations, practical stunts. What did I say?
The A-team.
The AD team,
Which they are the
A-team.
A-team.
Practical stunts and thousands of extras while keeping one of Hollywood's most ambitious productions on schedule, and they were ahead of schedule and under budget, which is insane.
Super insane.
Doesn't happen.
Yeah. I don't know if we've ever talked about it, but I'm an aspiring first AD. So yeah, on such big scale productions like this, to hear shout outs to the ADs that were working and coordinating across countries to make this happen is super, super dope. I've seen a few Instagram posts too, shouting out every single person that was involved in the AD department, even down to the PAs in that department. So yeah, I mean, shout out to all of them for making it happen, because ADs are seriously such a backbone to the filmmaking process. So yeah, this was such a huge production. Yeah, and I can't imagine with all the extras and practical effects that Nolan has going on what kind of job that entails. So yeah,
these are the people that keep the film on schedule, that literally keep time, that keep people safe, that create the schedule.
Yeah,
basically do everything so that Nolan can be Nolan.
Right.
All the logistics, all the hard work. AD team, shout out to them.
Shout out to
them. It was written by Christopher Nolan, based on the Odyssey by Homer. Took a lot of liberties.
He sure did.
We'll just leave that there. We'll talk about it in a bit.
We'll circle back. Yeah.
DP was Hoyt van Hoytema, who also works with Nolan quite a bit. He did Interstellar, Dunkirk, Oppenheimer. He's a big IMAX guy. The production designer was Ruth De Jong. Worked with Nolan on Oppenheimer. She also did Nope and The Revenant. I mean, the production design was insane. They shot in the actual places in Greece, like Ithaca, and the actual cave where people think the Cyclops used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, everything. Penelope's room, the banquet hall, Menelaus's banquet.
Yeah. The ships.
The ships. Yeah, the ships. Cersei's house, the pig lady.
Everything.
Hate the underworld.
Nothing about the production design was not believable or like not up to scale. It was all really, really beautiful and fitting, I think, of the time.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Costume designer Ellen Mjornjnik. Also did Oppenheimer. She did Bridgerton, which makes sense. The Greatest Showman. There you go. All the costumes were amazing. Agamemnon, incredible.
Agamemnon was sick.
Menelaus was also super dope. His helmet was cool.
I like Penelope's outfits.
Telemachus at the end when he was king looked dope.
Even at the suitors battle or whatever, when he's wearing like the white cape draped over his shoulder and the silver thing. I thought that was a cool outfit.
Oh, the Trojan soldiers were super sick.
Mm-hmm.
So dope with the white face mask.
Oh yeah, that was
Uh,
cool.
yeah.
Even the Greek, or what were they, just Greek soldiers?
Mhm.
Yeah, the Greeks with the different length like
Mhm.
helmet hairs and stuff. I thought that was cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, just the attention to detail, so good.
Mhm. I didn't like Charlize Theron's fishnet thing.
Yeah, it was alright. A lot of people were making fun of when she's watching him leave and she's like wrapped in like a
Yeah.
beige blanket or whatever. They're
Mhm.
saying looks like a tortilla blanket.
It did.
Because they went viral a few years ago. Yeah.
Composer, music and sound, Lud, Ludwig Jorgensen,
You're Hanson?
Johansson. Anyway, he did Sinners. He's done a bunch of stuff. I thought the music was really cool, but I thought that there was going to be more. I thought it
Yeah,
was going to have more of an effect, to be
I
honest.
mean, yeah, it didn't stand out most of the time to me, uh, which I think is nice that it didn't like take away from the film. But I mean, yeah, it definitely added to the film at times. There was times where it was really nice. It was like a recurring sound. I think when we were talking about like
Hmm.
the ocean or the setting sun and stuff like that. There were moments where it was really nice, but yeah, it wasn't like something that I noticed as being like that was super sick.
The song when he approaches the sirens, it plays when he meets his wife, which is something that Schulte was talking about on Flagrant. Shout out Flagrant and Schultz. Um, if you're listening, and we know that you are.
Right,
That was cool. The song that would play when he strung the bow, he would hit the third beat.
right.
That was really cool and like synchronous and a little bit corny. The whole bow thing in general, but we'll get to that. The hype going into this movie with Ludwig using all like ancient instruments and not having an orchestra and all these cool flashy things. I thought that that was going to be like way more of a present element, and I didn't feel it that much, which I was sad about. And then it's weird that they chose to be so like specific to the time period with that, but then Telemachus is saying "my dad" constantly throughout the film, and
Right.
just the language throughout is so just a choice.
It's really he only says my or dad like two times right at the beginning, but because it's right at the beginning when we're like setting the scene of everything, it just kind of ruins the tone of everything moving forward. um,
I think he says it throughout the film. He says father too, but he says dad pretty frequently. Like it doesn't just disappear.
right.
Okay, so editor Jennifer Lame. Other credits: Oppenheimer, Tenet, Marriage Story. I said Lane. It is with an M. Not trying to make fun of her. Anyway, I thought. I mean, yeah, editing was great.
Mm-hmm.
No problem with that. And then we get to the cast.
Interesting casting done by Nolan this time around. Um, Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson.
Wait, let's just go through it. Matt Damon. What do you think? Killed it.
Yeah, he did good.
Killed it.
Yes,
Tom Holland.
did good. I like Tom Holland.
I don't know. I don't think he did a bad job. I'm not mad at him as Telemachus. They,
I'm mad at the writing for him.
the writing was tough. My dad. When's my dad coming back? My dad's not dead. And just the fact that he's like a 20-year-old man and he's been training his whole life with his dad being gone, like knowing that he would either have to take the throne or whatever. And then you see him training in the movie at the beginning with Mentor, who was the quarterback in Friday and Remember the Titans. So shout out to him. But you see him training, and then he just doesn't fight throughout the whole film. He gets punked, and the writing, it's just like
You know who we kind of had a small conversation of who else could have played that role, and I couldn't think of anybody at the time.
mm-hmm,
But I think Jace from House of the Dragon right now
mm,
is kind of a different version of this character. He's this young man who feels like he's ready to take on more responsibility or whatever. Maybe not necessarily be king, but kind of in that same realm. And I think he uses his confidence to be like, you can tell that he wears his confidence and not entitlement, but like this is like Telemachus keeps saying, this is my house, this is like my throne or whatever, and I'm not gonna let like some other suitor take it. But it's like not really convincing. I literally thought he was like 16 in the movie because I didn't like put two and two together that what's his face was gone for 20 years, so his son must be at least 20. Because yeah, he doesn't feel like a 20-year-old. He's like I can take the place of my dad.
Yeah, yeah. He's a little bit
um, and
unbelievable.
it's like very Spider-Man-ish, like just
Hmm.
childish. And I think
Hmm.
that, I mean, I don't know if that's how Telemachus is portrayed in the original Homer book, but that's kind of the vibe I was getting. And I feel like somebody like Jaceres or, someone of that nature could have brought a more serious tone to it. And I do think that saying dad takes it out of that world
Totally.
and takes the seriousness out of it.
Right. He doesn't feel like the son of a king, but also, I'm sure lots of sons of kings felt soft.
Right.
But I don't think that's what Nolan was trying to go for with Telemachus in his portrayal of the Odyssey. But nevertheless, it's just a little bit hard to buy him as Telemachus. The no facial hair, the whatever. Yeah, I'm not mad at his performance. I'm not. I don't think he did bad. It didn't sell it for me.
More so, it's like who could play the son of Matt Damon? Kind of have to look like him too. So
I guess. Yeah, yeah. There you go. All right, Anne Hathaway, Penelope. I thought she killed it.
thought she killed it. I thought she maybe had the best performance of the movie.
Behind Damon, yeah. I mean, Damon did it all. Robert Pattinson as Antinous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Antinous.
Um, yeah, he did good. I also thought the writing for him was subpar, but he did good given what it was.
Yeah. Uh, the interviews beforehand of the actors, everybody was saying that if they had to pick another role to play, they would have chosen Antinous because Pattinson did such a good job of portraying him as villainous and just like a nasty kind of character. And I don't think that he did that at all. I don't think that Antinous was that villainous. And
But is that in
it's
the playing or in
it,
the writing?
I think both. I think in Nolan's film, Antinous is like a first of all, there's like 100 suitors there, and he just happens to be like the most cunning, which isn't a bad thing. And he offers Penelope a decent deal. The only the only thing was that if they were to have a kid, he would want him to be king, and that makes sense. Everybody's trying to improve their social status, improve their position in life, and her husband left for 20 years, and so people are trying to get into the game. They're trying to be with the queen. That makes sense. And he was annoying and he was rude and like mean to poor people. And then like in the final battle scene, get the spears, sword, which was like funny. And I think that's to Pattinson's credit. But yeah, I don't think that they wrote much for him to shine that much.
Right.
And this is something that I think is like way more evident with Zendaya's character with Athena.
Well, I still wanted to say about Pattinson, about Antinous. I think he's mostly just a bitch. He's not like villainous. He's
Right.
just pussy. When he first draws the thing to go to war, they send the other kid and said Sinon.
Cinna. Sinon. You're right.
Yeah, Senna is from Hunger Games. um,
They say it like Cinna.
I was hearing Sinon the whole time with an N.
I was hearing Cinna. Anyway.
Um, yeah, he's just like a bitch. He just doesn't ever want to like stand up to the plate or whatever, but he does want to take all the credit for everything or just act like the big guy around town. Um, but yeah, so I thought his character was just funny and like weak. Uh, not weak, but like talked the talk and didn't walk the walk. Like said he was gonna do all this stuff come the challenge for the suitors, and then he was like not close to first in line. Like didn't really perform the action when it came time for him to do it. When the weapons were falling down, everybody was fighting Odysseus. He did not fight. He did not pick up the weapons. He was hiding the whole time. Uh, yeah, so just kind of a bitch.
Yeah. So, but like, he was bitchy. I don't think the character even really needed to be there that much. Could have just been like a general suitor. And then for Zendaya as Athena, I thought she literally gave nothing to the film. It was really, really comical every time she would pop up on screen, and Odysseus would just be like nonchalant towards her. Then she would say some like weird, "Oh, you know, you want to go home, right?" Or like just some weird shit. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. And the real story, like Odysseus is crazy in Homer's Odyssey. Odysseus is doing all kinds of craziness. He fucks Circe, the pig lady. He has a baby with her. He's on the island with Calypso. He's not eating the lotus flower. That's not a thing. That's Nolan's addition. So he's not tripping. He didn't forget. He's just yeah. He's having sex with all these other women. I don't know. I really didn't like Athena in this movie.
I didn't. I really like the scene where they're actually in Athena's temple and they cut up for behead Zendaya and like the head of Athena's statue falls and stuff. I thought that was cool. Everything else I thought was pretty corn dog. Especially the last scene where they literally like at the end or whatever. It was so corny and yeah, almost comical. I didn't get it. Um,
I LOL'd every time Zendaya popped up. Okay, you want to say something? Calypso, Charlize Theron. What do you think?
it was whatever.
I thought she also really contributed nothing to the film.
She had like 3 lines the whole time. She's like, just remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to remember? Okay, you must remember. No lotus flower.
Okay, lotus flower.
Okay,
Okay,
lotus
no
flower.
lotus flower.
she,
Okay.
everybody sounding exactly like they sound in every other fucking movie too. Like her, just plain white girl English, and she looks exactly like Charlize Theron. She doesn't look like she lives on the beach. Her skin is so fair. Her everything is perfect.
Isn't she also an Aquaman and plays like a similar like big creature of the water or something?
I don't know.
I feel like for whatever reason she looked better in that movie than she did in this movie.
I thought that it was a really weird casting for Calypso, and yeah, to me it took me out of the film, just like Travis Scott. Seeing Travis Scott, I wasn't like, oh, cool. His teeth were mad white, like veneers. It just, it didn't hit.
It was this bitch. Not like that. Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. Yeah, Nicole Kidman. Anyway, what do you think of Travis Scott?
Terrible.
Yep. Okay. Circe, Samantha Morton. I don't know if I've seen this lady anywhere else, but I thought she did a fantastic job.
Mm-hmm.
Super creepy.
I feel like we definitely have seen her somewhere else. Can't put my finger on it, but yes, Samantha Morton. Shout out.
Lupita Nyong'o as Helena Troy.
I'm not mad at it. They gave her literally no lines. One line where she's whispering in Telemachus's ear. Um,
Right, which
what are
I
we
did.
supposed to think about her? You know,
I
I thought it was crazy the twist, or I wasn't expecting. I didn't know anything about the Odyssey really going into it. Um, so I wasn't expecting her twin sister to kill Agamemnon and stuff when that happened. So that was a huge spoiler, or not spoiler, huge surprise. And I thought that was cool, but like we don't stay in that moment. We don't live in that moment. There's nothing really to believe. Like she's there. She did what she did well.
we talked about her her attire,
Mm-hmm.
if she's supposed to be the most beautiful person in the world. All the stuff that you said about her dress, and
It was yeah, just mid. I feel like it didn't stand out. And for somebody like uh, Helen of Troy, we should absolutely be noticing that.
you said like no back slit or something like that. Like no highlights. You said a lot more stuff.
Um, I don't remember specifically what I said, but it was to that nature. You know, it didn't stand out. It wasn't like uh, of note, and so I think that that was a fault.
They didn't explain the massive claw mark on her face.
Right.
Her having a twin sister in general is a choice of Nolan's. Um, to not fully explain that her character, Helen of Troy, had an affair, and Menelaus was pissed off about that, and Menelaus went to Agamemnon, and Agamemnon used that as an excuse, which they kind of explain through the trade routes that Odysseus talks about.
Right.
But they didn't explain that this lady, Helen of Troy, Lupita Nyong'o, had an affair, and that was the whole impetus, basically, of the war. Which I thought was a major flaw. Like, especially someone that has no idea about the Odyssey, that didn't see Troy in 2004. Like, they have no fucking idea what's going on here. And then to not explain the claw mark on her face, like, what are we doing? And then to have
And like all over her arm or whatever.
sure, and then to have an identical twin sister. What? We waged war. Thousands of men died for this most beautiful woman in the world, and then she has a twin sister? What? Shout out to Alex Media on Flagrant for pointing that out. I thought that they destroyed the character Helen of Troy. Like, aside from the casting, the character. The one thing that they gave is at the end when she talks to Telemachus and she says she's sorry for the whole war, which I thought was one of the most tender moments in the film, because I think this whole film is a little bit devoid of feeling as opposed to like a technical display. But she says sorry, which she must feel horrible. She's just, if you take the story, a pretty, like, a very beautiful woman, and all these men are like tripping over her, and then they literally start a war because she fell in love with someone else. That's all kinds of like moral guilt. That's crazy amount of guilt. So the fact that they just like dip in the pinky and then nothing for Helen, I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
She's barely in the movie.
Let's give her 2 minutes. Let's give it a story or like
Right.
something.
She's
I would
the
have
whole
loved to see
thing.
that. Yeah, and I didn't know at all that she was the motivation for the whole war beginning until he told me. So
I thought that, I mean, yeah. And Lupita Nyong'o is a very beautiful lady. Like, let's show it. She's barely in the film. She's at the dinner table and she's like, tell him about your brother. And he's, nobody wants to talk about my brother. And then she says sorry to Telemachus. And then she kills, she plays her twin killing Agamemnon.
right.
What the fuck? Anyway, John Leguizamo,
And she did a good job when Agamemnon sacrifices the daughter.
sure,
That's her one other scene. Yeah.
sure. John Leguizamo as Eumaeus, I thought he did pretty well.
Yeah, that he did great.
Elliot Page.
That's on. Also had a 1 minute thing, if that, 30 seconds.
Yeah, she died, or they die, and then they're in the underworld.
Yeah.
Good monologues.
Good monologue for sure in the underworld scene.
Okay, guys, so that was our.
First impressions.
No, that's not our first impressions. That's our, like,
General.
yeah, that's our BTS stuff. Um, and then after that, we get into our discussion checklist, which includes our first impressions, writing, acting, cinematography, casting, soundtrack, and story. That's part 2. Next time we'll have a light, and yeah, the camera
Background.
angle will be different. Oh, a background.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Flagrant. We will move to New York to add this to the Flagrant pod, since you guys love movies so much. So move us out there. Okay, bye.